What's up, guys? Welcome into SDS College Football Uncensored. It's a new weekly video series with me, Chris Marler, where we just do a deep dive into the dark abyss that is social media and the internet, and find all of our favorite things that we probably wish we could unsee but absolutely can't. So let's just get right into it. And if you think you're having a bad week, guys, I'm here to pick up your spirits. It could be worse. You could be the guy that was behind Shaq at the Tomorrowland concert. So, I almost wish I didn't spoil the ending there, because there's absolutely no one in the entire world that when they came across this video was like, yeah, I bet this ends with Kazam being front row at Skrillex. So that guy was having a bad week. I tell you who's going to be having a lot of bad weeks, and that is SEC officials, because this past Monday at SEC Media Days, Greg Sankey announced that in an effort to be more transparent and honest with the league and its fans, the SEC is going to have an official Twitter handle for SEC officials. I've had a lot of bad ideas. I feel like this tops them all. So it got roughly 1,200 comments, and this is on Monday morning. Okay, this is on Monday morning at 11:30 in July. Just think about what's going to happen on game days when people start drinking Fireball for breakfast and get pissed off because you wronged them emotionally with their favorite team. Anybody can comment. So we already started seeing Tyler Simmons tweets. People started throwing in still shots and old videos, because that's what we need in the SEC. We need Feinbaum callers to find Zapruder film and then tweet it at the SEC. That's really what we're going for here. So speaking of Media Days, if you are familiar with it, it's a 4-day event in Hoover, Alabama, where I don't want to say it's a black tie affair, but you want to come dressed up and kind of swagged out. It's coaches and players from all 14 teams, and a lot of them look pretty good. Okay, you got Keyshawn Vaughn, Dan Mullen. I don't know why he cuffed those pleats, but he's still rocking those J's. That's pretty legit. See Jake Fromm? No. Okay, so not Jake Fromm. Jake Fromm does not look good. He looks like he's about to go to an AOPI formal 30 minutes after these interviews. Regardless, they all looked better than the fans, because that's right. It's open to the public, which means on Wednesday at Alabama Day, an entire group of the 85% came dressed up in what I like to refer to as GED cosplay. I wish that I loved anything as much as Alabama fans love making themselves a meme. And I also wish that anybody in the world looked at me the same way they look at Coach Saban or Tua. It's like looking at the way a puppy on at a Saturday adoption drive looks at people at PetSmart. It's just longing for love and attention. So Saban walks in, somebody's got a casual 7-foot cutout of Tua. This gentleman, who's my personal favorite, who's just rocking a helmet. Shout out to cousin Mose from The Office, who apparently is also a Bama fan. So when I saw this, that you could hear him in the media room the entire day, okay? I came down the escalator and I assumed that this guy was important, because he's not dressed like the rest of everyone who looks like they love Bobby Boucher and might have been born with a denim umbilical cord. This guy's dressed up like he is either the pimp or agent for the Easter Bunny. He only became famous because he took what is hands down the worst selfie I have ever seen in my entire life. What? Did you take it from your belly button? And shout out to this guy from the helmet earlier, who's just a photo bomb in the back. And honestly, I thought this guy, not because he's wearing the helmet, I thought he might have been a player, because he looks like every fifth-year senior offensive lineman that's ever come out of Arkansas. And also, just quick shout out to the fact that we give Bama fans a lot of trouble and give them a really hard time. But let's not forget that Auburn fans could be equally as bad. Look at this dog's face. He looks like he absolutely loves his life and isn't terrified at all. I will say, this is the most regal picture I think I've ever seen. This should be a statue. It looks like a glamour shot, but if a glamour shot was paid for with Keno winnings. Unless you were under a rock, or I don't know, living a meaningful and fulfilling life, unlike the rest of us on social media, you saw the global phenomenon that was the Face app. Basically what it is, it's pretty exciting stuff. You take a picture of yourself, and then the Face app makes you look yeah, that's it. You take a selfie and then it just makes you look old. So it's a selfie with wrinkles. So this is basically what it does. You take a picture of yourself, or you take a picture of someone else and you put it in the app. And so, Coach Snyder becomes Noah from Noah's Ark. Or it, didn't work on everybody. Hunter Renfrow, I honestly, if you told me that's what he looks like right now, I believe you. I don't know if he is an NFL receiver or if he's a city councilman in South Georgia running for, re-election. Either way, you can tell me this is 3 years from now or 40 years from now, and I guarantee you he's still going to be in the NFL catching 8-yard dig routes against all of our favorite teams. So thanks a lot, Hunter Renfrow. So we, of course, had to do this for all the SEC coaches, because why not? My information's unimportant. Russia, have it. So in the East, Barry Odom didn't change at all. Derek Mason became Danny Glover and then ran for president, apparently. And then the West was ridiculous. So you have Saban, who Bama fans will be glad to know is going to be coaching well into his 130s. Joe Moorhead, who looks like he's one of the clumps from The Nutty Professor, like if Eddie Murphy was playing him, but he was white. We have Ed Orgeron, who didn't age at all. Honestly, might have gotten younger, which proves my point. Ed Orgeron is not a human being. Then we also have, you can't see all of it here, but it's Chad Morris, who unfortunately turned into a worse-looking Lou Holtz. And then Matt Luke, who is interesting because he was the only SEC coach who turned into middle-aged. So closing out the week, my favorite part from Media Days in Birmingham, an annual karaoke bash at some dive bar in Birmingham on the last night of Media Days. I walked in to an absolute show. These 4 Belk mannequins got on stage and went off on Outkast. Four, because this guy just stood in the corner. He was like the Marla Hooch of the group. He just sat in the back the entire time, provided nothing. But these gentlemen, who knew what they were holding in those cargo short pockets the entire time was street cred. Guys, again, I will never say another bad thing about Barrett Lee because of this video. This is incredible. The person that really stole the show, though, is Chris Gordy, who is a radio guy from Houston, New Orleans, big LSU and Houston Astros fan. And fun fact about Chris Gordy, apparently he has the voice of a Rastafarian angel and sang Shaggy better than Shaggy sings Shaggy. Guys, I can't tell you how incredible this was to watch. And yeah, it may have been the fact that we were 3 cases of White Claws deep. I don't know. Regardless, if you would have told me that this gentleman wearing the backwards hat and the sideburns, who looks like he should be in just a men's softball home run derby competition, was gonna rock Shaggy better than Shaggy, I mean, this is the gift that keeps on giving. And now he's gonna be the performer at my wedding. So, I mean, I guess we have to get rid of the DJ. Regardless, thank you so much for joining us. I hope you had a good time. Let us know videos. Send us videos or tweets or anything crazy from social media or the internet that you want to see on here that we should talk about. And we will see you next week. Thanks, guys.